Hi, Soul Tribe. Thank you for joining me. And thank you to the gorgeous Lisa, who just had me on her show as well. And you'll catch that on my channel too, as well as Sherry's. So there was a lot of fun if you guys didn't see it. And one of the crystals that I have for you guys for this week to help get through the week is actually in alignment with some of the conversation that Lisa and Sherry and I were just having. So it is a stone that actually really helps protect your aura and keep you in your own energy, as well as clearing away a lot of I guess you would say, mental stimulation and mental thoughts and overthinking. So the crystal that we have for this week is this little one, Vanna de Bright. Hold on. Vanna de Night. So remember, anything ending in "ite," we don't really want to get wet because it can help to break that down. So let me just pop up on screen. I actually did find a little thing to pop up for you guys as well. Let me just see. Okay, here we go. So this is the crystal that I'm talking about. So Vanna de Night. So this stone is a really good one to help you get through this week. It was interesting because this was one of the crystals that I was really feeling last week too. So this week it was like screaming, going, we need to talk about this crystal this week. So perfect excuse if you don't have any to go out and either get gifted or purchase some. So anyway, we see that it's a stone for when you're doing long hours of work or exercising. It also is one, it doesn't have it written here, but with this, if you have one of these stones and you close your eyes, you do feel it start to connect in with your solar plexus, sacral, and lower chakras. And you just feel this energy of anything that you could be entangled with, or any sort of like thing that could be attached to your chakras. You feel it start to dissipate, and you start to feel a lot of the mental association with that start to also dissipate. So perfect crystal for the psychic protection that we need for this week in an emotional vampire type way, just as we were talking about on the show with Lisa. So this also helps with meditation, especially if you're doing really long sessions. It says here as well. This is on Crystal Council's website, by the way, if you want to look it up over there. But it helps to bridge the goals between Earth and I guess the thoughts and ideas and help bring it into our reality. It's also used, I think, in technology to help harden titanium. It's also a family member with apatite, which can be useful in looking into past lives and things too. So it shares a couple of minerals in common with that. It does help to stimulate sexual energy, but it also helps with absorbing information and knowledge as well. Yeah, so that's the crystal that I have to share with you guys. And this is the potion. Let me just pop my little page back down. So we have Heal a Broken Heart is a perfect blend to work with this week. And I can see Lorianne was just saying, just catching up with the show from before. So yeah, we did talk about telepathy and things. And let me just pop that up for those of you that missed it, so you know what to go and click on when you have some time. So if you come in here and you'll see this show with Lisa and Sherry and myself, we did talk a lot about the shifts and changes that are happening to do with telepathy, to do with precognitive abilities, or that energy of sort of seeing future before it happens. We also talked about different skills and tools and things that you can also work with. And yeah, I just want to say thank you also to Tim catching on the replay and a few others. We have beautiful Soul Tribe here with you. And yeah, oh, I wish I could pop all of the comments up, but please make sure to hit that notification button. We will have the 12 zodiac signs also being filmed over the week as well. And I just want to remind you guys that I do have 10% off on sessions at the moment. So if you type in all caps in the discount code section of my website, you'll be able to type the word Leo season in all caps as one word, and you will save 10%. So definitely book that before the end of August to save your 10%. And we also will have a new moon coming up. There's not the update, but this is the one just gone. So we had the new moon in Leo. And as Lisa and I were talking about too, there was a powerful meditation that we did in that. So when you do purchase a potion and you get sent an invite to our new moon events, you also get sent the previous videos. So there's always a meditation that goes with it. Sometimes we do a bit of kinesiology to help let go and process and delete things out of our conscious and subconscious mind. And we also sometimes do a bit of light language. So do go check that out. The best way to shop is to purchase complete bundles so that you get one of everything. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm also running low on a little bit of stock at the moment too. So make sure to get it before it does run out. I will have to restock soon and make up some new potions. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that too. All right, so let's have a look into some of the astrology for this week. And I know I'm a little bit late to the party. Better late than never. There's just been a lot happening with my gorgeous family and kids and checking out universities and things like that. So with this week, it is a bit softer compared to last week. It is a transformative energy. So last week was a little bit more bold, a little bit more fiery, and a little bit more of things feeling like that they were coming up into the spotlight. So with this week, there's definitely a sense of a feeling of like our heart coming to the surface that's trying to speak to us. So it's also these feelings and emotions of things that we've maybe held below the surface coming to the surface to be spoken. So this is why Heal a Broken Heart is a beautiful potion for that this week. So it's all about like releasing any weight that we feel that we've been carrying emotionally, or anything that you're noticing pattern-wise coming to the surface too. So it's a week to access deeper truth. And we also will have Chiron stationing retrograde this week in Aries. This will go on for about 5 months. So it is quite a time. We know Chiron to be the wounded healer. So I also want you to have a look at what sign do you have Chiron in and what house. For example, mine is in the 12th house, which is generally things that are a little bit more hidden. And with Taurus as well, it can sometimes be wounds around feeling vulnerable, wounds around self-worth. And because it is in a 12th house of being hidden, it is a little bit harder to get to the surface of that, or to bring it to the surface. So have a look into that. And as we've shared in the new moon sessions that we've done, sometimes you can look up zodiac wheels to find out what the house represents. So do have a look at what the house represents. Have a look also at the native sign of that house. So for example, say if it's in 3rd house, we know that this is a Gemini house, or if it's in the 5th house, it might be more of a Leo house. So have a look at all of that to find out a little bit more around how Chiron retrograde is impacting you. And I can see here Emma, gorgeous Emma, is saying her Chiron is in the 10th in Taurus, so time for a refresh and review what's going on. Yeah, definitely a great reminder. And Chiron is actually one of my favorite things as well. Oh, Larry, aren't you sweet? Thank you. So with this as well, this might be highlighting where our wounds are. It's also showing us how we may have had to cope with things in the past. So it's a little bit like in the past, we may have just put a Band-Aid on a situation, or a little bit of a bandage, and we're like, that'll patch up, that'll get us through. And now it's like we're in the triage stage. So definitely have a look at what is below the surface when it comes to this Chiron and comes to pain or emotion or patterns and things as well. So this is now a point of time where we can shed these layers. This is also looking at the forgotten parts of ourselves, and it's all about love and acceptance. So this is why we're also using Heal a Broken Heart. So this is an emotional supportive blend. And this is also looking at where we can shift and change things. So it's not about, wanting applause for someone, or an outward kind of reaction. This is all about who you are on the inside and who it is that you're becoming. So I forgot to mention too, with this crystal that we're talking about, this is also used for anchoring new identities. So it's a perfect crystal to work with this Mercury retrograde and the Chiron retrograde as well. So around the 31st, we also have Mercury retrograde will form a cazimi with the sun in Leo. So this is more shining clarity, Aw, Larianne, thank you. That's so sweet. So this is also, it could reveal more of our true desires. It could also reveal what we've really been waiting for in terms of like epiphanies and insights and things like that into our dream. It's also helping us to get more creative in our relationships. And it will also mark a turning point in the retrograde cycle as we move into August. So the energy will intensify in this first quarter moon in Scorpio around August 1st. So in a couple of days, a little bit later this week. So this will be challenging the Leo sun, asking us just to kind of melt or strip away illusion. So think about it just being that we're in this raw kind of like naked form. And this will really be getting or prompting us to speak from a point of honesty. So I want you to be honest with yourself first. If it's safe to be honest with those around you, this is a really good time for this. We also have Venus in Cancer around that same period of time. We'll be clashing with Saturn and Neptune. So this could be testing relationships. It could be testing like what it is that we've hoped and held in terms of like our dreams, or in terms of like what is that foundation of love that we would like to achieve. So what we feel and think around true love, around connection, purpose. This is all about really creating structure with this. So it's about taking it from the dream world or around where we've had assumptions and really looking at, does this comply with structure, or how can we sort of like weather the stormy moments and things too? So it could be, you know what, this was actually more of a fantasy, and this is what I need in terms of structure. So it's really kind of that balance between those two aspects that will pop up. And definitely true. So Lorianne is saying authenticity is the highest frequency that we have as a sentient being. And that definitely is true in terms of measurements and hertz. This has been proven. So this week as well is more going to be highlighting and focusing on building stability, foundations. Healing might feel a little bit more emotional or a little bit complicated this week. But if we can lean into it, and especially with this Chiron retrograde, it's going to highlight the magic. So it's like doing the hard thing or doing the hard work and realizing that this is happening for us, not to us, as we've said before. The other analogy or the vision I had when writing this out too. Oh, Ken, you have yours in the 10th house, just like Emma. So this is where it's good to be soul family. We can really support and nourish. And I saw 1212 on my little clock with this too. But yeah, if we think about the vision of a lotus flower, and that beautiful lotus, when we look at what it's rooted in, is the mud. And the same with a few other flowers and things too. But I think, a little bit more flour, a little bit less mud sometimes is a nice feeling, as one of my friends used to say. So with this as well, it's looking at the mud being everything that you've walked through. And the lotus, or the beautiful bloom, is that it's all of that hard work. It's all of the yucky stuff that we went through, but we're rising up and out of that as well. Aw, Mike, aren't you sweet? Thank you. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, pop down below like where your Chiron is as well. And also you can pop it into like online. You can have a look. There's more YouTube videos of people speaking specifically about the Chiron that you have in the house, or you could even pop it into ChatGPT and just say, hey, can you tell me about Chiron and this house, and what obstacles or different things might I need to look out for? So with all of that being said, this is about trusting that we're moving forward, that we're now being prepared to come into that kind of lotus bloom in these next few weeks ahead as well. Okay, so that is what we have astrologically. Let's have a look into the tarot and see what is coming up. So I'm using the Thoth deck here as well. Oh, and I can see something is happening with Brit. So yeah, we're all sending you love, Brit. All right, so let's have a look. See where Spirit is guiding us, giving us the heads up for this week. So what Spirit's showing me as I'm touching these cards is we've now passed a point of walking through this ascension portal, or this vibrational frequency shift, or they're showing me a sense of like where we can't go back to the past. So even though some of you might have Mercury retrograde reviews from past love and things too, what you might find is that you have a taste of that. And it's like, oh no, I could never go back to that. And it's realizing how much you've grown and shifted as well. So let's fill into these 5 cards that I have just here on my desk, and then we'll flip them over when Spirit is ready. So yeah, I'm just being shown, they're giving me the word review. So there's like big reviews happening at the moment. And this is coming in from a soul level. It's also coming in from an ego personality level. And as we spoke about in the new moon event the other day, we definitely need to lean more into our egos and more into kind of boundary setting and a little bit of grit. What's interesting, and this came up, and I always use different things that pop up as a teaching experience. So I think it was yesterday, I was just, parking in the car park, or you guys call it a parking lot for those in the States. And what I noticed was 2 people in a very predator like energy going around trying to sign people up to different things. So, you see them with the clipboard. So I went the long way around my car to dodge and avoid them, because I'm like, I don't want to like have to deal with salespeople or being sold something that you just don't need, or dealing with charities where the money does not go to the charity. It goes to, feed the fat cats at the top. So anyway, I purposely went the long way around my car. They saw me do that, and he still came up, and I didn't even make eye contact, which is very unlike me. And I just said, I'm sorry, not interested. And I just didn't even let my energy interact. And that's okay. It's okay to be in this space at the moment of protecting your energy. So let's flip these cards over and see what we have. So the first card that we have is a 6 of Swords. So we're definitely shifting, sailing through different things. What we're also seeing pop up is this 9 of Swords energy. So remember, it's okay to sort of avoid or tune out from these things. What's interesting with the 6 of Swords, and this comes into alignment with what Lisa and Sherry and I were talking about in the show that we just hopped off, which you'll find on my YouTube channel, Lisa's and Sherry's. But yeah, with the 6 of Swords energy, for me, this is a sense of where we're tapping into the field, or we're sort of getting into this precognitive energy. Oh, Carol, thank you. That's so sweet. So yeah, there is a playlist of my meditations now on my channel, and I'm pretty sure all of them don't have ads on there. I've taken that off because some of them were interrupting, which I didn't realize. So anyway, 9 of Swords energy, 6 of Swords. This is a lot to do with looking at what thoughts are coming up for you guys this week as well. Oh, and Ken, we're sending you prayers as well, and lots of love. So we then have the 4 of Wands, which is this spiritual marriage energy, but in this deck, it's called a card of completion. So we see here it's Venus and Aries. So this is also about like what it is that you need to do for yourself in order to grow and expand, because that's what we're having right now with this Hanged Man energy. This is Jupiter energy, and it's about that conscious growth and expansion, and what we're filtering out and what we're releasing and letting go of, and what we're knowing and protecting our energy around of what we're not in alignment with. We're actually opening up to higher frequencies. So I want you to be in this space. If not this, then what? Or if I don't want to create or feel in this energy of any of these lower frequency or old vibrational things, have a look at what it is that you do want to be in alignment with and what it is that you do want to create. Oh, Ken, thank you. Yes, luckily my dad is doing well. He's out of hospital. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your beautiful donation. And as we said before, with the Vanna tonight, this is a really beautiful crystal Spirit has been speaking to me about for the last 2 weeks. So knowing that in conjunction with what the cards are saying, that we really are moving into this higher identity, higher frequency in space. So let me just get the Mythos deck. So this is a beautiful deck that uses a lot of Greek gods and goddesses. And yeah, isn't kind of beautiful, sweetheart? I think a lot of us will agree with that. And I love you too. Thank you. And we've got Soul Family Ben here. Hey Ben, how are you doing? Hopefully it's a bit warmer up where you are. All right, let's see what we have. And this is interesting. As soon as I'm tuning in to ask Spirit for advice, I actually feel this energy of lightening up. So we need to be inviting those beautiful guides and angels and ascended masters that love us unconditionally to help us sail through some of these harder times and shifts that we're getting astrologically and planetary wise, as well as earth wise, dealing with a lot of the solar frequencies that are coming on and upgrading us. Okay, so I'm going to flip these straight over, and we have the card of the Fool, the Temperance energy, 10 of Cups, we have 3 of Cups, and we have the Emperor. And I'm hearing the words, who it is that we're becoming. Oh, one other card, 9 of Cups. So this energy, this is a beautiful naivety. So I want you to think about this as we approach this week. This is Spirit's advice. This for me is an unbounded energy. It's this energy of sort of throwing caution to the wind, knowing that we are protected. So if you're doing certain things to protect, or you're also precognitively picking up on like feelings and vibrations like we were talking about, that's psychically happening at the moment as well, there is the universe actually working and balancing things with us. And there is a divine timing around this. What it's trying to move us towards, these 3 cards represent abundance and represent upgrades. So I want you to sort of like step into this immersive feeling of what would it feel like if I did have this happen, or if I was grounding that in. And what they're also showing me at the same time is we can think about manifestation or think about these energies in terms of, I don't have this, and this is what I would like. And so that vibration is more kind of sending out to the universe lack. Whereas if we're stepping into this embodied vibration of, I feel so happy and grateful, and I'm really kind of like magnetizing or feeling my energy in conjunction with that quantum plasma field. So as I talked about on the show with Lisa and Sherry, and also in the new moon event, we did a specific meditation of where we feel ourselves start to merge with this plasma field and start to send our vibration and frequency out. And this is also dissolving any of these old identities and things too. So we're starting to get really good at it. This is a perfect week to practice, is what Spirit is saying to me. So let me get some more cards from, we're going to use the Star Tarot. And let me know if this has been coming up for you, if this is some of the work that you guys have been working with. Okay, 4 cards is what they would like. So we have the Star card, the 7 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. So with this energy, this is about you guys being lanterns, being points of light, points of hope. This is about you running your frequency and doing it in your own way. So it's not about being small. It's not about shrinking in order to make other people feel comfortable. And it's just doing it bit by bit. It's not that we have to have like a huge overnight change. And this card also is a beautiful energy representing that we've already made a lot of these changes. And I can see Lorianne saying, yes, synchronicities, definitely. And this is also, you know, beautiful, I guess, like glitches in the matrix too, when we get these synchronicities to remind us that we're on that timeline. And I can see Lisa saying, I'm so bummed that I missed the new moon. Feel free to reach out and remind me, friends. I'd appreciate it. And don't worry, the video will be coming up soon. We did some kinesiology, and we also talked about parasites and different things as well. And oh, awesome. Britt Marie saw a beautiful rainbow today. That is a beautiful sign. And we also had the King of Swords and the Strength card. So this is about being super strong and committed to the dialogue and speech that you're also speaking about for yourself this moment. They're also just saying, show me if there's an energy kind of like curveball that we need to be aware of. So we do have a 5, 6, 7, 8 of swords. The curveball is our own mind. It's our own limitation that we need to watch out for. So be conscious and aware, and remember to hear my voice, maybe like whispering to you if you feel stuck, whether it's in an old identity, or you feel stuck or feel in this space of feeling attacked, or you feel in this space of, I don't know how to create a vision outside of the pattern. Because remember, retrogrades at the moment will also highlight these patterns and things. And we've got a 2 of Swords. So it's about choosing and anchoring what it is that we would like to build instead. So that being the curveball, it's our job this week to shift out of that old identity or feeling like, oh my gosh, this is the same tape, or the same record and things that has also, you know, being played out for past. So a lot of that's being highlighted and spotlighted at the moment. Let me just check in and see what Syrian star card Spirit would like to. Yeah, definitely, Emma. So Emma's saying, too true, Solreta, get out of the loop. Definitely. That's what Spirit is saying is the curveball that we have to deal with this week. And we have the card of love. So with this, be open to a higher level of love for self and others. And we did mention a little bit of this in the show that we also just did as well. And I can see Lorianne saying, feeling a lot of peace in my stomach, and it's great. Why are some of us not eating and very nauseous? So with the nausea at the moment, some of it is to do with the solar flares and things that are happening, and to do with the increase in Schumann frequency and a lot of the earth changes, because we're activating and working more with feeding light body. So I've noticed too, with myself and clients, exactly what you're describing, like a little bit of feeling nauseous or feeling like more to do like a liquid diet or like high vibrational food, because a lot of the density is just too heavy and overwhelming on our physical body as well. So being very, very loving and gentle with yourself around the foods and things that you're choosing to eat. We've also got Virginia talking about headaches. So having a look in what you can also do to protect yourself electromagnetically. The other download I've been getting a lot on is about using white powder gold or monatomic gold, being something that can help us to like ride the wave of this frequency shift and change at the moment. And that also helps us to capture more light in terms of anchoring more plasma into our light body and into our aura as well. So hopefully that helps. Let me pick one of these little forest fade cards that we have. And remember, please use the discount code LEOSEASON on solreta.com and you'll save 10% as well. Oh, Ken, thank you. So I do still have, with the beautiful girls at Maison Jupiter, my aura course, if you guys haven't done it. So lesson 8 is Ken's favorite meditation. So with this, we have the spell singer, cast spells of wonder and delight. And I think this also goes out there with that King of Swords energy that we had in the strength card. So it's, you know, really projecting out that aspect of self, of what you would like instead. So I love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining me live. It's so nice to be here interacting. And I could just spend the day with you guys. You're so gorgeous. And thank you also for the beautiful comments. I'm sending you guys big, big love. And yeah, look forward to seeing you for the 12 zodiac signs, which will be a little bit later in the week. You guys take care. Bye.